Hello. So, Act 5, Scene 1 starts out in Dunsinane, Scotland, where Macbeth is ruling as king. At Macbeth's castle, we have a doctor and a gentlewoman who are discussing how Lady Macbeth is seemingly going insane, and she's talking to herself and she's pacing around the castle and she's literally going crazy. And then Lady Macbeth comes in a trance, and she has this whole monologue about all the blood that's on her hands, and she's starting to feel really bad. And one of the famous lines from that is "Out, damned spot," because she just wants all the blood to go away and she feels really bad. Meanwhile, Macbeth, a coffee mug, is preparing for battle against Macduff, and he says that he has nothing to worry about because, quote, none of woman born can harm him, or so he thinks. Scottish lords are discussing this, and they're telling each other that it's not really looking good for Macbeth, and that Macduff is getting closer. Later, Macbeth is running around trying to secure the castle, and he hears a woman scream. And then Satan runs in and informs Macbeth that Lady Macbeth has died and that she killed herself. And then Macbeth goes on to speak about the passage of time, claiming that life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. Then a messenger comes in and tells Macbeth that Birnam Wood is approaching, which surprises him because this was not a part of the prophecy. This is where Macbeth finally realizes his inevitable demise. The battle commences outside the castle, and lots of soldiers and people are fighting, and everyone is there. And Macbeth appears, and they all fight. And they're fighting, and some of them die, and they're fighting. And then Macduff appears. But Macbeth is not afraid because no woman born can harm him. But then Macduff pulls the ultimate plot twist of all time and says, haha, guess what? I was born from a C-section. Ha ha ha. And then they have an epic battle. Offstage, Macduff kills Macbeth and cuts off his head, and then he re-enters the castle with Macbeth's head on a stick and presents it to Malcolm, who then claims his rightful spot as the King of Scotland. And then Malcolm gives a very famous speech about Macbeth, and he curses him and his, quote, fiend-like queen. And then he invites all of his friends to his new king party. The end. That was the end of the entire play. Woo!